Before we get started in this video, I just would like to thank everyone who purchased my book, The eBay Bully, and for all the emails that I continue to get from all the people who were inspired by the book and also watched all the YouTube videos. And I have to make this video because I am way behind. I've had numerous requests to make more videos about eBay, and I apologize to my subscribers that it's taken so long. But here we go, and I'm going to talk about growing your eBay business, working from home. I'm going to talk about the two options I think in building your eBay business and how they're going to affect your business, and how to not be so worried about the direction you're putting you're sending your business in. And there's a reason for that. I talk about the basics a lot, but now I'm going to talk about the mentality of growing your business. Some people had read my book, probably misconstrued some of the things that I've written in toward the end of my book. I was talking about mainly the mentality. The reason why I called it the eBay Bully was because I didn't want to make it a basic instructional book. I wanted to talk about how to get started, but then I also wanted to talk about how to take advantage and exploit commercial businesses and corporations in order to gain profits, and exploit them by utilizing certain tools and turning yourself into a human credit card, with establishing a credibility with certain companies and credibility with certain people, helping people reach their goals as you reach yours. In other words, I talk about befriending managers at companies and stores to ensure that they let you know firsthand when certain things are coming in and how you can get your hands on them. So with that being said, I'm going to talk about the two options that you can use here and what the advantage of those two options are. One is to become a niche seller, and the other one is to become an opportunity seller, right? The niche seller's advantage is product knowledge, and it's like once you I have a few props here. Once you know your market and your product, you know exactly what you're selling, and you can continue to sell fast and move on and go as quick as possible. And you'll have the ability to have repeat customers. That's the benefits, right? If I was selling glass or glass cups or something like that, I can always count on being able to sell these items, know how to list them. I could say 24 karat gold rim glass or crystal collector's item. So wine glass or whatever you want to call it. So shot glass as well, crystal. I know how to list these items, right? So if I was in the glassware business and all I sold was glassware, I could have repeat customers. People can buy glassware from me and continue to buy it. And if I have 400 customers and someone buys about $50 worth of glass from me each and every month, glassware, whether it's glass cups, glass bowls, all different types of shot glasses, you never know. They could even get a glass vase, all different types of glassware and items. I could always sell it. That's the benefits of being a niche seller. Now, the benefits of being an opportunity seller: you may not get as much repeat customers unless you have one or two products or maybe more that you continuously get as an opportunity seller, and then you're combining both, to be honest with you. So let me talk about that later. But an opportunity seller, you're not going to get as much repeat customers because basically you're just a melting pot, right? You're going to have different items. You might have car parts, and then you might have gardening, and then you might also have video games. You might also have office supplies, paper. You might also sell collector's items, right? So as an opportunity hustler, the benefits is not going to be product knowledge, it's going to be quantity. So the more volume you have, the better opportunity you can sell. Now, the thing with, and by the way, these other props are products that I have to ship out tomorrow. Today's Sunday, so the benefit to an opportunity seller is quantity. The benefit of a niche seller is product knowledge, right? I can look at this, I know exactly how I'm going to list it before I do it, right? So if this is the only thing I sell, glassware, right? I can walk in a store, look on the shelves if there's a sale or something, if I'm doing resale reconnaissance or resale arbitrage. I could look at glassware. I know what it's going to sell for. I know I can buy that. I know what I'm seeing. I could continually get manufacturers. I know I can drop ship if that's what I want to do. I could do whatever I want, right? As long as it's glassware, I have an idea of what it would sell for. I know what it's going to do. I know that it's going to be fragile. I know how to ship it. I know that I have to have extra padding in my shipping products, so I know exactly what I'm doing, right? So when it comes to glassware, I know this is exactly how it moves. This is exactly what I'm doing. This is what it's going to sell for. I know if I could look at this and say the set of 4 of this right here, I can easily sell for $34.99. If I had 4 shot glass, if I had 2 shot glasses, these can go for $15.99 easy, no problem, right? I'm going to try to look to see if I can get these from a manufacturer for about $5, and then I'm going to sell it for $15.99, right? So, or I'm going to get them on clearance, right? Sometimes you can go to Target shelf, see items like this on clearance, buy them for like $4, like $3.98 for a set of 2, and then you can resell it for $15.99. So you already know your profit margin, your return on investment. You know that before you buy it, right? You absolutely know that. So you don't have to do too much research. That's the thing about being a niche seller. You don't have to do a lot of research. You could look at an item, know what it's going to go for, pick it up, stick it in your cart, and keep it moving, right? You don't have to do a lot of research. You don't have to know a lot of stuff. So opportunity seller, your advantage is quantity, and then you also have another advantage. You don't have to deal with the pressures of trying to maintain a certain product in your store line. You don't have to worry about people saying, hey, do you have more of this item, or do you have more of that item, or something like that. Because sometimes your repeat customers, when you're out of stock with something, they're going to go to your competitor, right? So your competitor can be a quantity seller, right? That just happens to have something that's sort of like the item that you have. They might even be drop shipping. So with that there, next thing you know, that quantity seller can sell that one item that you didn't have that time, so then you know to refill that item. So that quantity, that opportunity seller, they got that sale. They're not going to always get that sale every single time, but they're going to have that sale because you basically were out of stock. So that's what an opportunity seller can do, right? So niche seller, you know what you're doing. Opportunity seller, you're going to have to get into quantity. You're going to have to list more items. If you're an opportunity seller, if you really want to do this and work from home and do this for a living, as far as eBay is concerned, you're going to have to start playing around with 1,000 to 1,500 items for sale in your cart, in your shopping a store, and you need to have a store. I would recommend it. You want to try to graduate to about 2,500 products if you can. You also want to have more quantities of each product. So, like for example, if you're selling watches, for an example, right? Let's suppose you have a type of watch, a Bulova, right? And you want to make sure that with that type of watch, you want to have 10 or 11 or different types of stuff like that, whatever the case may be. And here's one other benefit to being a niche seller, right? If I did have a watch, a Citizen's watch, and I know it's going to sell, I know I could get 25 watches of the same exact brand, stick it on the listing. I don't have to list as many as an opportunity seller. Now, both of these types of eBay businesses are good, and neither one is superior to the other. It just all depends on the person with the eBay store, right? What is your flavor? What do you like to do? How do you like to sell? What type of items do you like to sell? Do you want to stay strictly to one type of thing, right? Maybe some people don't want to be barred in that. Some people like to stick to one type of thing because it makes them feel comfortable. Now, if you ever discover that one of these things is really not you, you started that way, maybe you had some luck for the first 6 months, maybe for the first year, 2 years, maybe even 3 years, or 5 years, and you decide that maybe one of these things is going to make you more money, like let's suppose you're a niche seller, but you want to become an opportunity seller because glassware may not be hot for you right now, which that will never really truly be a thing. But however, when it comes to glassware or some sort of other niche, like if you sell clothing or whatever the case may be, you're going to have success because of your product knowledge, right? I said that before. But if you say, hey, I want to have the opportunity to step out of clothing and do a couple of other items just to play with, or maybe you got your hands on a few items and they just fell on your lap somehow. You caught a really great discount and you just want to sell a couple of things. You can start with a few products and build on that, and build and build and build, right? And you could play around. You could convert from a niche seller to an opportunity seller, but I would recommend you do it slowly, right? Suppose you're an opportunity seller, right, and you want to become a niche seller. What you can do is, sometimes if you have an item that sells a lot, and you've had a lot of success with that item, you want to build off that item and start trying to sell things that are closely related to that item's description. And then you want to start building your business based on that, slowly winding down from the other items and just focusing primarily on the item that's moving for you and relating to that item. Like, for example, one of my highest selling items on eBay are books, right? That's one of my highest selling items. I used to sell a lot of clothes before, and then it was kitchenware, right? I used to sell a ton of kitchenware. At one time, kitchenware was my biggest thing. So if you're an opportunity seller and you realize that maybe kitchenware is your real niche, because you might discover you have a niche, and you don't want to do anything but kitchenware because that's your thing. You like having kitchenware in your home. You like showing kitchenware to your friends. So you're going to sell kitchenware and you want to stick directly to that because you're excited about different cutting knives. Maybe you like the Ginzu, maybe you like Cutco, maybe you like other types of kitchen knives or kitchen accessories, spoons, silverware. Maybe you're into like Tupperware. You love Tupperware. So you are into a lot of different types of Tupperware. You collect a lot of it. You just love your kitchen. So you're going to sell a lot of kitchenware. Sometimes you won't sell that one item. You'll break it open and use it. So it's your thing. It is your thing. It's your baby. So you convert over from an opportunity seller to a niche seller, right? I myself, I'm an opportunity seller. Sometimes I'm a niche seller. And here's the thing. You can combine both. You can be both. But it's best to be one or the other. And the reason why I say that is because, let me give you an example of why one or the other works better. Suppose you're a niche seller, right? and you don't have a lot of time. You're on the go, right? Let's just suppose what you sell are devices, right? Maybe remote controls or other electronics, right? You look at this item, you know exactly how to post it. You don't even have to look at it that hard. You know your stuff. You know your products. You know your lines. You know what it can go for in your mind. You don't have to look it up. You don't have to look for what other sellers are selling it for. You know exactly what this goes for, right? So every time you get it, boom, you just look for it. This is your thing. You like electronics. You could do Apple Watches, remotes, laptops, whatever you want to do, voice speakers, Bose speaker systems, whatever it is. You could just continue to, you could look at it, boom, 1, 2, 3. You put up a quick description. It's just like that. So as a niche seller, you save a lot of time. You save a lot of time because if you're into electronics, you already know where you're going. You know exactly where you're going. You know what department when you do resale arbitrage. You know what department of the store you're going to go to. You know exactly where you're going to go to get the products. You don't have to waste time looking for stuff. Now, here's the thing. As an opportunity seller, you may not be able to save a lot of time, and you might have to look for things. But here's where your benefit's going to come in handy, right? As an opportunity seller, you're going to have an eye for discounts. You might be able to get products cheaper than usual, right? For a niche seller, I might not ever be able to get this for under $10, right? I'm always looking for this, and I know that even if I bought this for $10, I can get $25 for it. So I'm not going to think too hard about trying to find discounts. I'm just going to grab and go, right? I know exactly what I'm doing. Now, as an opportunity seller, you might find something that you can get on that it was $25 before. There's a store, they have a clearance, they're going out of business, and you can jump right on it as fast as possible. You can grab those items from that store that is going out of business. You might be able to get one of these for $2 or $3 and sell it for the same price. The niche seller is not going to be looking for discounts. They don't like wasting their time running to the store just because a store is going out of business. They don't care. They have their store. They know what they're doing. They know how to get their items. They're not worrying about stuff. They're probably somewhere on a beach, hanging out, chilling, or selling a bunch of items, communicating with their customers, and going to the gym or going to the grocery store, firing up some coffee, getting going. They're not going to be in a rush to run to the store and go grab one of these, because usually a niche seller, when they get an item like this, they probably buy it in quantity, like 100 of these, right? So they're not looking for items all the time consistently. They know that it might take them 6 months to sell all 100 of these items, right? Because they have a whole lot of other items and electronics. And if you're a gamer, you know to get video games every single time. You're not looking into always the discounts. You know that you can get a game for $20. You know it's going to sell for about 40, or you know you're only going to make $5 profit, but you're selling in first class, so you know that it's going to be worth your time. At the end of the day, you're just looking for sales and sales and sales and sales. Consistent, repeat customers. You want the people to come to you for every single item that they buy. You don't want them going to anywhere else. You want people to follow your store, and you want people to follow your story. So that's how you're going to be able to do that successfully. Just remember, as an opportunity seller, you're going to be able to get more discounts, so you're going to spend less, all right? You're not going to have to worry so much about how to ship certain items or whatever the case may be. Someone whose niche is glassware, they're always going to have to get protectant wrap. They're always going to have to do stuff a certain way. As an opportunity seller, you'll only have to do that one time, because you don't have to send this the same way you send a book, for example, right? For a book, I throw it somehow inside of a package, put the label on it. I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm ready to go. I don't have to do too much work, right? Glassware, I got to wrap it up all carefully, bubbly wrap it. I got to mess with it and all this other stuff. But both ways are going to benefit you greatly. If you converge, if you try to do a dual store where you do opportunity and niche somehow, where you have some niches, some opportunity, you're still going to have some luck. But think about what I'm saying in this video. Think about the mentality. This video is not an instruction. We're talking about the mentality here. So with that being said, I'm going to ask you guys, if you've made it to the end of the video, to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. The link's going to be below to follow me on Twitter. Make sure you get a copy of my book, The eBay Bully. For all of you who already have the book, please comment below if you have some suggestions for another book. I'm thinking about writing another one. I'm going to include some information that I didn't include in the first one. So I'll talk about some of the things you guys want me to discuss. I'll write notes. I can't tell you when the next one's going to come out. I can knock it out the park whenever you guys are ready for me to do it. So I can make a second half of the book that I already started. Comment below if you guys have any questions. If you have any ideas of some material that you need me to cover in a video, please comment below. Share this video with your friends. When you subscribe, make sure you get the notifications. You guys have a great one, and thank you for all your continued support. Thank you for all the newer subscribers. This channel's growing really fast. To all my subscribers, this is my channel, your channel. We are in this together. Thank you for all your continued support. I thank you so much. Have a great one.